Go ahead.
So good morning, my name is Pedro Sanabria and today I'm going to speak about wealth. So the summary, first I'm going to speak what is wealth from my point of view, of course. All this presentation is about my point of view. The second types of wealth, third proverbs I'm going to use in this presentation to understand a bit the point. The fourth is the problem. The fifth is the actual solution, and the sixth is the possible solution that I give, and the seventh are the conclusions that I give to this presentation. So, I define wealth. Wealth is understood as anything that creates value to a certain group of people or a population. It can be measured of anything that improves the life quality of the people, and we can compare these four countries because these four countries understands wealth in different manners. For example, USA it's not. USA is understood to seek material wealth. Cuba is understood to seek basic wealth. The Kingdom of Bhutan is understood to seek basic and spiritual wealth, and Africa only spiritual wealth. So, what is basic, spiritual, and material wealth for me? Basic wealth is understood as the primary needs that a human being deserves since the very moment that they are born. As we live in a society, and therefore with a head or a hierarchy, like how do you say manada? Sorry, herd, perhaps. Like a herd of lions that has the Lion King, so the society has its hierarchy or head, government. Must provide us with health, water, and food. It's the basic things we need to have a basic quality of life. The second one is spiritual wealth, and it's understood as the way that people are grown in a society and how they feel with themselves and with others. So this involves education, beliefs, culture, tradition, values. And the third kind of wealth is material wealth, which involves all these goods and services out of the boundaries of basic wealth. And this is also provided by other organizations of people, and in an open market, of course. So this is a picture that represents basic wealth. It's public health, food, water. Next one is the representation of culture, tradition, beliefs, education, values, which is the second type of wealth that is spiritual. And the third kind of wealth is, of course, material that are out of the boundaries of basic things. So, the proverbs that I'm going to use in these presentations are, first one, a balance of all types of wealth is the key to maintain a good life quality of the people. Not only material, not only spiritual, not only basic. The government is the perfect representation of a society. If the government acts in a bad way, then the society acts in a bad way, because it's the perfect representation of the people. And so if the government has a misconception of wealth, then we can think that people also have this same kind of misconception. And if the basic wealth and spiritual wealth are assured in the first step, then a country can achieve easily the material wealth. But keeping in mind the first proverb, there is a balance of all types of wealth is the key to maintaining good, not only one. Okay. So the problem that I thought about was that most countries around the world are only focused in material wealth, trying to achieve material wealth. And this generates that only focusing in material wealth undertakes destroying the other two kinds of wealth, because the resources are compromised and competence sometimes involves destroying values and passing over the people. So, okay, and next we have
Next.
and next we have the actual solution, which is that most countries around the world compete, what I've said before, compete for material wealth, which implies competence. There are still lack of values, and there are people starving all around the world because of these competence, these wars, these things that generate only material wealth. And just keep in mind the first proverb, that is the balance of all three types of wealth, then can achieve a better life quality. And most international institutions are using material wealth indicators to understand the wealthiness of a country, which shouldn't be that way because it's not about material things. So the solution, the possible solution that I can give is try to redefine what wealth is, so the objectives of a country depends of its right definition, have all, of course, of the understanding of the people, and using vectors like media, propaganda, education in many scenarios of the life, such as when you are traveling in a bus to many parts of the country. Sometimes you have nothing to do on the bus, then they can perhaps show you a video that can educate you perhaps a bit more, me and all people. And so the conclusions are, it is true that the possibilities in an open market generate satisfaction, so life quality. But we must not forget about the other two types of wealth, which are also important in conjunction with material wealth. As I said before, all three types of wealth aim to improve life quality. Most countries are right now into the cycle of the third kind of wealth. And so using media and propaganda, we can redefine what wealth is so the population has a better understanding of it. So we can improve life quality and all the things that comes after. And that's it.
Thank you. Do we have a question for Pedro? If you haven't asked a question yet, go ahead and ask your question. Because everybody needs to ask one question. I'm writing down who's asking questions. Okay, I have a question. Do you have a question? No? Okay. What kind of campaign or what kind of media campaign do you see? What do you envision for something like this?
Many things that in quotidian life, you can like many times in our life we are procrastinating. It's true, you do it all the time, huh? Yeah. And so in this time we can have like material in which we can focus our attention to that has implicit messages or yes, like things that make you think more about other things of life, other kinds of wealth, and yeah, like redefine this concept so that the people don't feel frustrated when they see other men riding a Porsche or children in Africa starving. So it's just about changing my people's mind, and of course it has a repercussion on the government because they are the representation of society.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.